Question. There are many divorces happening these days, and as a result, many sisters find themselves in a situation where they have no money, and they find it hard to get remarried again also, because brothers, they don't want to marry divorcees. As a result, should a woman make her own money to avoid this situation, so if the situation comes about, then she's able to sustain and look after herself?
The Shaykh, he said, it is permissible when there is a need, and the Shaykh emphasized here, when there is a need for a woman to work if she can fulfill certain conditions. The first that the Shaykh mentioned is that there is no free mixing, that there is no fitna, no trial through her, to her, or because of her. And that she is able to fulfill the rights that she has to fulfill, such as if she has children, the rights they have over her to raise them and look after them, so on. But the Shaykh, he emphasized that this is when there is the need for, and it shouldn't be that she does that initially, but it's when there's a need for it, then she can do it. Shaykh said, as for if it brings more negative consequences than positive, then it's not allowed. If it brings negative consequences, mafasid, it's not allowed. But the Shaykh said, I advise always the brothers not to have this idea of not marrying a divorced woman, a woman who's been divorced. Because the Prophet ﷺ married divorced women, as we know, and the Ummahat al-Mu'mineen, may Allah be pleased with them all, they were all, with the exception of one, were all divorcees. And Allah has permitted and legislated for us to be able to marry a woman who has been previously married. And the Shaykh said, we're not taking away the man's right to choose, that he can choose the person that he wants to marry. But what we want to get away from is this idea or this view that the divorced woman is far less, she's something much less than the other in terms of her having been previously married. And the Shaykh, he said, there is a benefit to marrying a divorced woman. He said one of the benefits is she's had experience of married life. Now she has learned many lessons in her life about the treatment of the husband, about the way to have a happy home and so on. She said maybe a man marries a woman who's been previously married, and that woman brings all happiness to him, and he becomes happy because of her, because she's learned all these lessons about how to live as in a marriage and how to go through a marriage. And so all of that happiness becomes for him, and she's been oppressed in the past, so she's learned all of these lessons, and then he gets the benefit of that by marrying her.